Everything working now. Forgot to set some things up in my rush to actually get things started again. Should be everything. Alright. Okay, well, time to get started. So, last time that I streamed this, which was actually a while ago because there's been constant issues and stuff with getting it running again. Escaped from Kimura, and ended back up in the Crone's Expanse. Learned of everything that's going on and like how the place is like suffering quite a bit. Decided to come out here to fight some pirates. And yeah. Now there's this plundered space station, so I'm gonna head down here and check it out. Don't want to keep Jay. Jay's been pretty good. Jai. Or do I want Cassia back? Yeah, let's go with this. Have I been here already?
Keep your wits about you.
But yeah, I think I've actually, I've been here already.
Unexpected result.
There's loot here though that apparently I missed. Ooh, multi-key, okay. So this was a plundered void station from earlier, so that doesn't matter. Well, what's this? Plasteel? Yeah, I don't need a plasteel. Why is YouTube having issues? OBS, explain yourself while you're suffering. Urgh. What is going wrong? Internet is suffering. Why is it suffering? Thank you, Botrix, for working, but nothing else is. Okay, now crap is working again. No, it's not. Upload is still being garbage. Yeah, my internet's having a moment. Sorry about this. Is it coming through now? It should be. Is it coming through now? Okay, cool. Yep, it's stable again. Yay! Back to it. Speaking of back to it, where the crap am I going? Alright, so we have a number of things to do here. Yeah, sorry for that bit. My internet's been a bit weird lately. I was hoping it wouldn't happen to interfere with stream, but I guess it is. At least today. Anyways. We have things to do. Yep. Yeah, it happens more often than I would like, though. Alright, things to do. Henrix wants us to go out here to investigate Emelina's message. Adira is having issues and wants our help once we actually have more details on where to go. Abelard wants us to go to Dargonis to resolve some issue going on. Nomos would like us to investigate Nomos. Cleo's Winterscale has turned one of his own plants into 100 grams for being his Eldari. Cool. So something's going on there between Eldari and Winterscale. Then head back to Lord Inquisitor. One-way road. Unsuccessful movement is Nullis. The colonist ship went dark travel vessel's fate could be worth investigating. Expanse reporting unidentified space anomaly in the Number 4 system. Known about the phenomena that space self-comes port from the same around. Any ship or person anomaly zone disappears without a trace. Ships vanished at in the Littory Maledicta, harassment across the Expanse are broadcasting alarming warnings to each other about unknown threat in the region. Well, let's make my way to Dargonis. Because Dargonis also has an event going on. It needs my intervention. I can now do rank 4 stuff. Cool. Showing illusions and massive, probably a lot of attention and attract pilgrims. Okay. Missionary is in need of stalwart defenders, and Falstone can help by sending his children to every corner of the sector. Need more weapons. Complacency and security. Holy ammunition. I gain weapons. Need more reputation with Drusians. Warp currents tangled, refugees lose their way, and perish in terror. The rogue rangers send out pious patrols to help those in distress and light warp beacons. Lithium plasteel, and I gain security to all colonies, and improve my reputation with the Imperial Navy. When you're relying on the monastery, St. Conj's Titanic machine will soon be launched. It will take resources to awaken the relic. Doing so will bring glory to the Von's name. Profit factor, provisions, complacency, lithium, mechanisms, chemicals, plug is done. Let's go with Lightbringers for the moment. Get that security up. Oh, it just completed. Okay. Next? Can I ask False Wonders? Let's get some profit factor. Okay. Just completes. Again. Promethium. I got plenty. Mechanisms. Got enough. Chemicals. Got enough. Phlogiston. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, then rank 5 stuff. Has been completed in Proctorate. Praising the Muses. So I can get one of these 3. Holy Defenders, monastery damaged by the Crucible will be rebuilt. While cathedrals being erected from the ruins, the noble monks will scour the archives for any evidence of familial connection between St. Cognatius and the von Valencius dynasty. Okay. But, do that. Sacred Comet. Its holy remains of the monastery, which was damaged by the launch of the Crucible, will be transferred to Faustland's moon. Equipped with dries, the weaponized moon will leave orbit and set out on a crusade as the Temple Comet. Okay. All non-Xenos allies gain a +5 bonus to all the characteristics and skills. God dang. Security to everyone. Need more weapons, though. Reliquary. The monastery, having been damaged by the launch of the Crucible, will be transferred aboard the von Valencius flagship as a great reliquary and shelter for the Order of the Hammer. I gain a power hammer. Jeez. A lot of profit factor. I like Sacred Comet. Also, too, it just sounds hilarious. Lord Corrupted. The Crucible's great sculpting is underway. Palestine is being transformed right before our eyes into a fertile wool of lush groves and clean water. However, there's evidence that the Crucible has also created humans? Okay. From the mouth of the relic came several thousand people who, speaking an archaic form of Low Gothic, demand to be given orders, cultivate land, build houses, and production facilities with obedience, and in general have a remarkable range of skills and knowledge. However, it seems that these people completely lack their own free will, and for this, the monks have named them Touched. Tech priests who served the Crucible came upon birthing vats built into the relic, machines constantly growing new Touched within them. There's a split among the believers, though. Many call it a miracle sent by the Emperor himself and want to quickly put the Touch to work. A part of the population is frightened by these soulless creatures born from the ancient machine. Command the planet's learned men intervene in the great sculpting and find a way to stop the production of the Touched. How dangerous are these Touched? They do not appear to pose a threat. The autopsy of several specimens has shown that they are physiologically identical to ordinary humans. No traces of corruption or xenotampering were found either. However, their obedience is a double-edged sword. They obey any orders without knowing or caring who gives them, and thus nothing prevents a cunning intruder from bending them to their will, creating an army of obedient slaves or spies at their disposal. The disciples of the Malpian teaching believe that the souls of the Touched are too pure to cause harm to anyone. Those adherents of simplicity and purity have taken a liking to these meek and open-hearted creatures. Like my officers and advisors. They were born by the relic of St. Cognatius, which means they please the Emperor. You have to remind people of it. Arrange a public ceremony of Tonzer to initiate the Touch into the Order of the Hammer, and a service dedicated to reading parables about the acts of St. Cognatius and his followers. Okay? Ulfur, why don't you make the first move and assemble a mighty force from these Touched ones? They are so obedient and diligent, then they will make fine troops. Assign a loyal commander to each squad to keep an eye on them, and these strange people will turn from a threat into mighty defenders of the Imperium. Pascal. Lack of will, registering a high probability of manufacturing failure within the Crucible's sacred processes. It's recommended to dispose of the finished batch of units and halt production of new ones. The algorithm of the Great Sculpting requires further examination. Alright, so I can do that. Icons of the touch. Sacred icons painted by the touch to adorn the ship's deck. Enemy critical hits, chances, and warp damage against the flagship are reduced by 30%. Dang. Alphara. Security up. Crucible-born Tempest. Which recruiters and forces gave form to the ancient knowledge stored in their minds by modifying the void ship's weapons using sacred archaeotechnology. Archaeotech. Long-range dorsal plasma macro cannons which fire 2 shots, doing 26 damage per shot. And Pascal's, always getting plus 5% armor and plus 5% critical hit chance. Archaeotech secrets extracted from the hand of the touch were given to the gunsmiths tending the rogue trader's armory. So I don't want to go Ulfer's advice. Arming these guys can just be easily swayed. Probably isn't a good idea. I think I'm going with Argento. Hold a public tonsure ceremony for the order with the service dedicated to St. Cognacius. Draft a detailed plan ceremony and hand it over to the prelate. Under the guidance of the brothers and sisters of the Order of the Hammer, the Touched carried on with their toils, cultivating the land and building new settlements. Public induction of the Touched, along with their diligent service, eventually solidified their image in the minds of the people as the executors of St. Cognacius' will, sent down to the faithful to ease their burdens during the Great Sculpting. Any concerns about the Touched possible posing a danger were completely dispelled. Okay. Anyways, for this, I need orbital shipyard and more weapons. Base armor property plus 10 deflection? I'm sorry, what? Coercion divided by 10. Jeez, that's insane. Looks like a comment. Still sounds great. Alright, Janus, what can I do here? Payment in organs. The large increase in tithes may be supplemented by a decree that addresses the current shortfalls in other ways. How about no? Secret Lair. New secret lodge of Xeno specialists will decipher the written records left by the ancient Xenos that once inhabited Janus. Gain favor with the Cosbella Commission, boost security, gain efficiency, plus Xenotech. Scriptorian schools. Teach the serfs to read and thus produce educated servants, and the supervision of monks would be as useful as it would be dangerous. Lose profit factor, but gain efficiency in people. The cost of provisions. Curious intoxicating substance has been discovered in Xenos ruins. Clandestine Magos alchemies workshops will refine and distill substance, transforming it into pure euphoria that will delight the weary souls of aristocrats who long for new diversions. Sus. The Lost. Expanse is burning, testing the metal of its void part. They are ready to pay in exotic xenobees for such things like air and provisions. Plus 15 Horizon, plus 15 lower Xenos. We'll factor up. Fellowship of the Void. Need more of the Fellowship of the Void in the first place, though. Territory for new agricultural complexes can be gained in only one way: the way of fire. Okay. Shelter. Jane's orbit swarming of fleet refugees. By turning the entire world into an enormous staging point, the rogue trader will save billions of lives. It's healed for the first time around. Damage up with the ally increased by 8% until the end of combat. Stacks. Gain a crap ton of people. Must have completed Great Fire. Blocks the other two projects. Already done Lightbringers. Cost Promethean provisions. Xenon Vivisectory. Janus's orbit swarming with fleet refugees that can be utilized as a workforce for the construction of a grand Xenon Vivisectory for the study of Inhumans. All witnesses will be disposed of. Plus 12% dodge against the Xenos. Janus's orbit swarming with fleet refugees. Welcome to the commoners will be pointless, but the rogue trader could offer a refuge to the risk cats and turn Janus into a world of blessed respite for them, gaining powerful allies as a result. Plus 20% to dodge and plus 20% to parry. God dang. Enemies hit by this horse suffer minus 25 penalty to their weapon skill until the wielder's next turn. Profit factor. Alright, so I want to do shelter. Requires doing Great Fire. Let's do Great Fire then. Dargonus. Alright, so things I can do here. Holy Prophet. Date for the payment of the tithe approaches, however, making use of the corrupt practice of the man in his realm, we can find a way to keep both the suckers and the throats. Profit factor and people gained. Hit, okay. Praising the Muses. The patronage of architects and other artists will allow the creation of amazing monumental works marked with the rogue trader's likeness. Yeah, a ton of profit factor. Also, plasteel adamantine. That's a lot of adamantine, but it's a lot of profit factor too. Pleasing the tired. Adeptus Menstrom's vanity may be indulged through the construction of a floating palace filled with helpful serfs and exquisite pleasures. Mollified by the bribe, scribes will be especially attentive to the rogue trader's wishes. Gain complacency and efficiency at the cost of a bunch of stuff. Call to arms. It's time for the Dargonus nobility to forget their feuds and take up arms in defense of their native world. Need more weapons. And a lot of security. And people. Lycia Navy. The great freedom accorded by the Imperial Navy will allow the mustering of an impressive independent squadron, not classified as pirates. All the inhabitants of the Expanse place their trust in the rogue trader during their hour of need. The flagship restores plus 30% to the cooldown of ultimate abilities at the end of space combat. Red warp routes always become orange. Oh, cool. Gain reputation with the Imperial Navy and gain security. That seems nice. Bastion. By declaring Dargonus the defense center of the Chrome's Expanse, the rogue trader will be able to requisition foreign vessels and collect additional resources from the population. Let's choose the plating of all sectors. Dang. Provisions, people, mechanisms, weapons. Just need more efficiency. And complete missionaries, wherever that is. So that needs more weapons. That needs missionaries complete and more efficiency. This does efficiency. That does profit factor, and people. So we can just do holy profits. Yoink. Skull of whatever. New entry in the Annals of Dargonis, the fate of the millions of orphans whose parents fell in the fire that gripped the Expanse. Loyalist Garb, 50%, dang. The wearer has not moved during the turn. The card percentage is increased by 20% for 1 round. The wearer moves at least 3 cells per turn. They gain plus 20% dodge for 1 round. Plus 20% dodge against ranged attacks. God dang. There's a lot of profit factor though. Efficiency, security up. Ton of people. Need to complete Bastion and Pureblood. So I need to complete Bastion, which I was thinking of doing. And I need to complete Pureblood, wherever that is. I need more weapons. Of course I need more weapons. Librarian. If Dargonis is an educated world, is the right place to establish a secret librarian, where scholars of the arcane will be free to share their knowledge and delve into the forbidden. Ooh. Look at victory. Whenever the wearer attacks any target in a 5-cell radius around them with a ranged weapon, this attack does 10% more damage. Perfector up in Cosbelica Mission a lot. Costs Xenotech and requires Secret Lair. Somewhere else, which I don't remember. Yeah, Janus. I don't think I was wanting to do. It requires Bastion. Society of Cartographers. The bravest captains will unite under the Rotrader's Aegis. Upon being offered invaluable charts and other assistance with their expeditions, the Voidfarers repay their fare with goodwill and trophies. Woebringer. Kari weapon. Weapon is an additional shove attack action that pushes the enemy's way. Enemy cannot be pushed, the wielder is pushed away instead. This attack does an additional wielder's agility bonus damage. Profit factor, Imperial Navy, Xenotech, Adamantine Flogs. Ooh, that's good. That's also good. Both of these are good. I have to figure that out later. Kieva Gamma. What can I do here? Brand of the Motor Force. It's possible to utilize all of Gamma's potential by covering its surface in a huge elect tube. The whole world will be wrapped in a grandiose potentia coil. Interesting. Security and efficiency up. Prometheum, mechanisms, chemicals, Phlogiston. Orbital Shipyard. I think that was needed for something. An orbital shipyard provides the Imperium's massive vessels with proper repair and produce new void ships. Prometheum, Plasteel, People, Mechanisms, Imperial Navy, and Profit Factor up. Sounds good. Tools of Killing. Retrofitted mining equipment may be of interest to the pirates of the Expanse. It does not take a brilliant mind to turn a mining laser into a weapon. Oh, just make some money. Sacred Flame. Passing through distillation plants and multitude of filters, raw materials with high energy potential may be transformed into combustible promethium. As proper energies have been served, it will be employed as the Emperor's burning wrath. Getting a lot of weapons. Dark experiments. Ooh. Secret experiments with the wrecks of Xeno ship will be connected at the orbital shipyard. Locks project and mechanical trade. Need more reputation with the Cosbelica mission. Plus 5% critical chance against Xenos enemies. Short range broadside plasma marker shot will fire 6 shots, dealing 22 damage per shot. That's a lot of shots. Mechanical trade. Imperial Navy has sustained heavy losses. They are willing to provide valuable machinery in exchange for trained tech priests. Cost of people and weapons. Gain Memory of the Daring. Provides 125 points of protection for each sector. This amount is doubled against enemy kinetic attacks. That's good. And more with the Imperial Navy. I think I'll do that once I have more weapons. Archive of the Expanse. Kieva Gamma will become the main data repository of the Expanse. Thousands of scribes register cargo, and the lenses of thoughtful coders process myriad of documents. Provides ship weapons with targeting data. Grants 92% hit chance and 15% critical hit chance. That's pretty good. Rub factor, efficiency, cost people and mechanisms. Sky barrier. Your threat this too is lost, and the Devil's Mechanicals now seek new citadels for their hollow production lines. Give the Gamma can house workshops that will forge void ship weapons. Requires Archive of the Expanse, which I plan to do, and requires Holy Ammunition, which is probably at the Abyss 6. Requires that stuff, gives me Exalted Instruments of War, always gain plus 25% minimum damage to their ranged attacks. Cool. Triumphant Furious are embossed lines coils around the barrels of these holy weapons. A complete chronicle of the exploration of the system is called the Lethal. The system is called Lethal, but it serves on site. Medium range broadside microcannons fires 5 shots, dealing 30 damage per shot. That's good. A lot of stuff with the explorators and a lot of weapons. Power of Plasma. Euphrates 2 is lost and now seek new citadels. You have a Gamma can become sacred assembly site for plasma drives, endowed with the Emperor's Grace. Need more reputation with explorators, bunch of stuff, game mechanism and the Sacrament of Light. Engine symboled by a mysterious clique of ancient elders, continents hidden by veils of open work, Platsteel, and whose wisdom is so great that servants below the rank of Magos are forbidden from even addressing them. Plasma Drive provides 15 speed, along with average acceleration and braking. That's pretty good. Warp seeking citadels. Gave a Gamma can set up a research complex for warp technologies, the dangerous, closely guarded secret of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Wearer's psi rating is increased by +1. As long as the wearer has a 100% wound, they deal plus 15% additional damage with their psychic powers and psychic staffs. Lose security, though. Let me go with the power of plasma. Anyways, what am I going to do here? At the moment, I might do this just to get some weapons. Yeah, let's get some weapons. Okay. Unless I guess let's do this. Mechanical trade. Okay. I can Prometheum. I got plenty of all that stuff, so sure. Lord Captain, there's been an active sabotage in Kieva Gamma. Cult of Fallen Dawn has invaded the planet, cultivated a pack of missiles in the bowels of the manufactorum, and set them upon us. Detective so some that we almost lost all the workshops, but we had help. Some entities, already being called data angels, have invaded the cogitational network, seized the cogitators and servers, and used them to repel the first onslaught of the schismistos. There's a fierce struggle taking place all over the planet. The noosphere of the world is boiling. Fortunately, we received information about the impending attack at the last moment. The signal was intercepted in the warp by the Cubist, Delphiums, and Machine. Nice. How did the cultists infiltrate my world? Part of a coordinated attack that hit the entire expanse. The heretics must have been preparing for a long time. What do we know about these data angels? Not much. They are machine spirits, being born from the art of data smithing. They charge into battle, chanting the same binary mantra the participants of Procedure OC chanted. Biologist, who has been observing them and have investigated the cells used in Procedure OC, 0C has deciphered traces of their activity and discovered patterns that could point us to the possible creators of these data angels. If they are right, then they bear the seal of the Explorator's Cognatius fleet. Connecting to the Naval Directory. No mentions of operations on Kiva Gamma detected. No information on data angels detected. Hypothesis. Either there has been a calculation error, or the information is locked behind a higher level security clearance required for the sacrament. So you can join forces with the Data Angels. Allies gain plus 5 perception and plus 10% armor penetration. The metal never betray the master whose deeds please El Messiah. And let's be exiled, just like the Schismatals. This is my world, and I will not have uncontrollable elements just trapezing around. Demolitions, just blow it up. Terror of Kieva Gamma. machine, and Necron creatures deal minus 10% less damage to the Rogue Trader and their allies. First, I wish to hear the opinions of my officers and advisors. Pascal. Our backup cogitator is located in the Kiev Gamma's manufactorums to ensure the continuity of production in the case of an accident. The severity of the situation will call for disrupting the service algorithms. I am prepared to sanction a ritual that will allow their dead angels on our side to absorb the cogitator's computing power to combat these wicked spirits. Okay, so it just makes it easier to do that one. Surprised I didn't get something from Argenta about just blowing them up. Alright. Let's do it. The request to perform the sacrament is accepted and shall be fulfilled immediately. Having gained access to the cogitational reserves and after being infused with power, the Dad Angels charged at the schismist hills. Hordes of Dad Spirits have been techricized and exterminated, and the afflicted mechanisms purged and restored. Tech priests gave praise to Omsiah for protecting the production algorithm from severe disruption. After exiling the schismatils, the Dad Angels have retreated into hiding inside the cogitational networks, leaving the servants of Omsiah only to guess at who or what these beings were. Okay. Use a lot of phlogiston, but I can afford the rest. Let's do it. Security and efficiency up. Yeah, sure, why not? Off attack though. Fib is 6. What can I do here? Blah blah. Wait in the void. That's that's not worth it. Expecting Metallica. Keep them aware of thundering seismic cannons will tear through rock to free precious ores. Plasteel explorers and mobile extractions. Gain vigilance, profit factor, and the Drusians. Dream list, didn't feel like doing. Underground workers, not worth it. Earthbreaker. The blessed hydraulic installation of the Adeptus Mechanicals will crush the greedy bowels of the earth, bringing the priceless minerals within that the Imperium so desperately need. Plasteel and adamantine. Ooh, adamantine. Mechanism phlogiston. That's a lot of phlogiston for an equal amount of adamantine. I think I'll just leave it be. Pure blood. The Rogue Trader may grant the convicts the right to buy, with their labor, the freedom of their children born in captivity. Yeah, sounds good. I like that. Also gives good rewards. Transformium's value is such that its open pit mining would be worth the thousands of lives lost to radiation exposure. Lose people, gain promethium. Have less people than promethium, I'm good. Captive Xenos. Acquiring captives from the enemy's humanity for use in forced labor is a possible way to replenish the workforce. Lose profit factor in security, but gain a ton of people. Navy Whips. Disciplinary officers of the Imperial Navy will make for a wonderful wardens on Veba 6. Gain a reputation with the Imperial Navy. Need a reputation with the Imperial Navy. Gain Craven's Bane. They provide more flexibility. Generic sword stuff, but pretty good chainsword. Two-handed chainsword. Okay. Imperial Navy complacency, security, efficiency. Okay. Penal Battalion, an entire planetary regiment of Martyr Guardsmen, a gift from the Rogue Traders of the Kronos Expanse in its darkest hour. Plus 10% critical hit chance with macro cannons, and security to all colonies. Okay. Raider Base. I already don't like the sound of this. From non-burst attack with a pistol, the attack pushes the enemy by 2 cells, and the wire kills the enemy with a pistol attack. They immediately reload it. Each pistol reloads grants plus. Okay. It's a quiet haven. If the Rogue Trader permits pirate squadrons to use a safe saving ground for the raids, he will become known as the Pirate King of the Expanse. No. Palaces for the outcast. Veba 6 is the far reach of the Expanse. The influential people seeking refuge from the law and faith would pay well if one were to turn their soul into a suitable sanctuary. Shadowy Expanse. The Rogue Trader gains plus 10 intelligence, fellowship, and willpower. God dang. A lot of profit factor. Cost people, provision, and plasteel. Penitence of the Lost. Veba 6 is a quiet haven, a place to ponder the state of one's soul. Fortress of Repentance, complete with an order of battle flagellants, will offer a lawbreaker's chance to find solace, being reborn as a crusader. You get a lot of reputation with the Drusians. Gain voice of Peduvian. That's a pretty good power sword. Drusians and security. Kind of debating between these two. Either way, let's do Pure Blood. Okay. And let's do Navy Whips. Let's do this, get some more security. Hold off on that until I have more phlogiston. Hold off on that until I have more people. It's a lot of lost Prefector and security for people. Let's go with the Explorators. I don't really need the Plasteel, but those mobile extractiums could be good. Corruption has infiltrated Vebas 6. Lord Captain, the cultists of the Cult Dawn have agitated the convicts into a full-blown uprising, promising them a chance at escape. Plant's cargo port and guard facilities are now under siege. Cult conspirators do not personally participate in the assault. Not too long ago, they skirted into the mines, deep into the tunnels, rife with Xenos corruption. Security posts that were set up in those mining drifts reported a skirmish, and then went silent. Why did the cultists go to that particular place? Unfortunately, we do not know the true objectives of the heretics, but there's nary a doubt they are pursuing a sinister and wicked goal, therefore must be stopped. What is the current situation on the surface? The overseers are trapped inside the guard facilities, and the convicts are now united by their common hatred for the dynasty and are obsessed with the tales of freedom. So I lose people, casualties are of no concern. The rebels know that if they do not stop the riot, I'll bomb them to submission. I'll give them something to truly fear. Oh, I just gain plus 10 coercion. Promise pardon for those prisoners who would help to quell the rebellion. Which was minus 40% ram damage less, and gain 50% to reduce the duration of each internal fire by ram. Target by the wire psychic boom, my fast will, test for that, or suffer bleeding and blinded. I'll hear what my advisors have to say. Ulfar, heretics seek out those who are weak of spirit and entice them with promises of salvation, but such spineless lot lacks the resolve to fight and will drop their weapon should someone give them reason to fear. The purpose of many tactics in warfare is to sow terror in the enemy ranks, and I know some of them use tactics well. Make them quiver. That's the terror, and those weaklings will forget all about their heinous intentions. Lord Captain, your resources and status allow you to make use of one of the most blunt and affordable tools of all, mercenaries. These dogs of wars would even be ready and willing to go inside the warp if you paid them well enough. Provide the overseers with some backup from their ranks, and the crisis would be over in mere moments. To prepare the quarries. After admirable performance in the battles on Vebas 6, the mercenaries are equal to serve the rogue trader. Many among them are seasoned combatants who can handle the Voidrip's cannons. All lance weapons deal 20% more damage. Let's call the mercenaries. I kind of lost the one for giving out mercy to the convicts. Call the mercenaries for help. I'm sure that these well-armed dogs of war will make quick work of the rabble. As the mercenary shells arrive at the cargo port, the docks lit up with crimson flashes of Alaskan fire. Eager to prove themselves and earn a permanent contract with the rogue trader, these dogs of war were well motivated to put up a fierce fight. Under the onslaught of such skilled foes, the convicts quickly surrendered. Leaders of the conspiracy, the cultists found on, are trapped in the mines. They have surrounded a strange, dark xeno obelisk covered with glyphs, trying to awaken it from its slumber. Glyphs on it were similar to those that the mad convicts were drawing. The monster's construction contained enough energy to tear the planet apart. By heroically disrupting the cultist plan, the guards have a disrupted, terrible machine. Instead of exploding, the obelisk emitted a blistering heatwave, melting itself and turning those around it to ash. Phoebus 6 has been saved. Nice. Oh, did orbital shipyard, so I can do Sacred Comet. Send the moon to war. Captain, situation of foul zone requires your attention. When the servants tasked with the Crucible's maintenance has declared publicly that he has been liberated of all worldly concerns, for he is none other than the reincarnation of Saint Ignatius. There are some extremely questionable reports claim that he has performed miracles, supported by a congregation, garnered by preaching. He has asked for Lord Lordship's permission to depart from Foul Zone with the Crucible in tow, so that he may continue Saint Ignatius' work and use the rep to transform wolves, ones true to the faith of the Imperium, into lush, splendorous gardens. Goes without saying that such a generous gift to the Chronos Expanse could bring great renown to your lordship, but at a heavy cost. Falcon will turn back into a wasteland, and you lose the prestige that comes with having charge of such a valuable relic. What do you know about the so-called St. Cognatius reincarnated? Trevor Hike, a technomat from Footfall. He now prefers to be called Brother Purevoice, not a remarkable commoner with no family, gaunt, unkempt, covered in scabs from working in the Crucible. Became obsessed with it from the day it was discovered. He never left his maintenance posts, never rested, barely ever slept, fasting and living off stimulants and condensate from the relic's coin circuit. Then he started having revelations and eventually saw the truth. Or he went completely insane. His sermons are directed at commoners, appealing to them for humility and mercy. He often speaks about his former life as a saint, and many of these tales match known legends about St. Ignatius. No anarchical pronunciations of radical deviations from the creed have been found in his words. Yet. Probably must have an order. Make him undergo the trial of purity. Let him die trying to prove his holiness, at least so he can stop troubling the people. Shadow of the Undying One. And dodges parries an enemy attack to where it gains +4 momentum, plus weapon skill bonus parry, and agility bonus dodge against range attacks. Interesting. Where it suffers an attack from demon or warp damage, and inflict burning 8 to all adjacent enemies. All burning effects inflicted by the wearer deal double damage if they target demons or psychers. It's been inducted in the Order of the Hammer, forcefully if necessary. Pure Voice Prophet has blessed the ship's weapons. Avoid ship weapons, except torpedoes, deal 10% more damage. Give the Crucible to him. Let him use it to bring wolves into the Imperium's fold. Triumph of Faith. Power Hammer. Thunder Hammer. She had been pinned in my advisors. Dry. I have had ample experience with saintly saviors like him in the past. Whatever great cause they proclaim as their mission, they genuinely, naively believe that people really do need them. Round up enough orphans and lepers who would trip over themselves to beg our prophet for salvation. You'll soon forget all about the Crucible and his holy mission. And a few guilds of professional beggars who would be delighted to offer their services to us. Wow! False prophets in the streets are a common occurrence. Their sermons breed turmoil, riots, and acts of disobedience. The Inquisition recommends that such unstable agents be isolated and quietly removed. The arch enemy's lies take on many guises, but the Emperor's miracles are 100-fold stronger. I got a cough. He has bestowed epiphanies upon the faithful, even those of the humblest origin. I myself bear the name of a poor orphan who was granted miraculous powers by his grace. So give me time, and I will find you the most loyal agents to escort Brother Purvoice on his travels. They'll keep him safe if he is pure, or punish him should they sense deceit in his words. But I have a feeling that his rebirth is a true wonder. Pure voiced Fame. The road trader gains plus 15 to bonus to all their skills. Oh, dang. Great weapons. I lose 2 efficiency. But I got plenty of efficiency. And pure voiced Fame. Sounds really good. Oh, since Argenda. She hasn't led me wrong. Go for it, Argenda. I'll get to it immediately, which is the best people for this task, the most devoted. Having loaded the crucible onto the requisitioned void ship, the pure-voiced prophet gathered up his flock and set out for distant worlds to spread his word. The spiritual authority of the Order of the Hammer suffered as a result, and the loss of the crucible sowed substantial unrest among the populace. Before departing, the preacher expressed his appreciation by sending Lord Captain a gift. The relic, according to his own claims, once belonged to his previous incarnation. Storing guards selected by Sister Argenta vigilantly provided protection for the prophet, ensuring that his thoughts remained pure. Alright, well, that's done. So anyways... Oh, I guess I should head over here. Total Questa Temer. And a lot of features from that. Talents. First fight is Screamers. Yeah, it's a decent chance. Well, probably not, because I don't have any red jumps anytime soon. Captain, urgent message. Armed forces have arrested a dangerous saboteur who attempted to gain entry onto the bridge. This incident may be worthy of attention. You see, both the saboteur and the circumstances of the capture are rather strange. Cannot tell if Vigis sounds baffled or worried. I think it would be reasonable for Magos Pascal to take a look at him as well. What's so unusual about the saboteur and the way he was captured? Thing is, Lord Captain, the saboteur is most definitely a tech priest. He found his way aboard the ship and penetrated all our security systems with staggering ease. Both his ability to communicate with machine spirits and the combat potential of his augmentations are extraordinary. Nevertheless, the enforcers managed to capture him. During the arrest, the intruder, he offered no resistance at all. Instead, he asked for an audience with the great machine spirit. When he realized that the enforcers had no idea what he was talking about, he asked to meet with you. He considered it necessary to apprise you of the situation. This infiltration of a rogue trader's ship operated by authorized engineers casts doubts on my tech comrade's stability. If he is indeed my tech comrade, that is. Regardless, I request permission to communicate with the captain. Very well, I'll speak with him. Answer, Lord Captain. Saboteur will be brought to you. So a tech priest broke aboard the ship to talk to, I guess, Nomos? I would assume Nomos by Great Machine Spirit. Nomos, a group of servitors whose movements are suspiciously well synchronized, stares at the towering prisoner. You don't need to hear them speak to recognize Nomos, who has seen fit to attend the interrogation. Excelpinius. Asclepius. The captured man, if he can be called that, looks positively gigantic next to the enforcers at his side. Deadly looking metal gleams dimly beneath his faded crimson robes. His hands are folded obediently, and his mechadendrites are perfectly still. I greet the master of this bestial cathedral, and offer my humble apologies for this unbidden intrusion. Could have just asked, you know. I apologize to you as well, brother. Then Jalopper inclines his head in the direction of the frowning Pascal. How can you tell Pascal is frowning? Then the prisoner turns slightly and looks straight at Nomos, as observing servitors. And of course, I must beg forgiveness from you, Great Spirit. It was not my intent to desecrate your temple. Before I accept your apologies, tell me who you are and why you infiltrated my ship. My name, if it matters, is Asclepius, formerly a computer general of the Cognatius fleet, now a liberal recluse with the status of Malatech. Malatechs are exiles whose ideas have not crossed the lines of heresy yet, but have come close to it. They are removed from the fleet's structures to give them a chance to see the folly of their ways, prevent sedition from spreading. Pascal's voice sounds unusually alarmed. All of that is trivial. My path is nothing but a set of archived data. My lost status is a part replacement string in the long chronicle of the Cognatius fleet. I come not as the priesthood's messenger, but as a faithful disciple of the most holy Amarnat. My brother once served as the Engineer Prime on this ship. Asclepius gestures around him reverently. He was an adherent in the school of discontinuing the cycle, as am I. It has spread that far. Difficult to discern Pascal's emotions from his tone. I know that my brother perished, but before he did, he sent me a message that told me of a journey embarked upon by Theodore von Valencius, a journey through a dimensional gate, an artifact more ancient than humanity itself, and towards worlds unknown. Blessed Amarna was with her. Huh? There, upon those dark worlds, he witnessed a great miracle, the birth of a machine spirit of incalculable might. My brother believed that the spirit then fell asumber within this ship like a child in a cradle, not responding to lowly pleas. That was the purpose of my pilgrimage, to reach the ship where my brother died, the ship upon whose decks the blessed Armagnac had walked, and prostrate myself before the great machine, the great spirit. Armagnac traveled on this ship? Yes, he did. My brother's words on this were clear. Years ago, Armagnac was part of Rogue Trader Theodora's inner circle, before their ways parted. Tell me more about Theodora's journey. Knowledge of it is scarce. My brother suspected that his memory, along with the memory of all who might have known the details, had been purposely modified. He saw it as a sign the journey has revealed a great truth, and there were those who did not wish to see that truth brought to light. All that he conveyed to me was that Theodora had reached worlds unlike any of the people the Chronos Expanse have ever seen. There she unearthed a great treasure of technology, one that Armagnac had the privilege of experiencing. What do you know about this great spirit? It is a great miracle. The Onosiah's breath meant to help us discontinue the cycle. It was born of the treasure that Armagnac and Theodora discovered upon the dark worlds. Yet even a being so glorious needs attendants and guides. And as long as the Cognatius fleet is racked by schism and my brothers and sisters suffer defeats without end, there's no one to aid the spirit. That is why I came here. Does the name Nomos mean anything to you? Nothing. He has not come to know us yet. He will if you let him. We know. We sense that his words are about us. The story he has told is our story. You are strong, that you let yourself be caught. Took a vow that I would never inflict physical harm upon lay people. The Messiah grants us the power of the true flesh for a purpose other than damaging the frail and blind creatures that are all who have not yet tasted his knowledge. Okay. I made my decision regarding your fate. Wherever it is, I will accept it. As will I, and yet I plead that my brother be shown leniency. His story initializes thought. We ask you to keep him for us, then must service speak up suddenly, in the faintest of whispers. When you guys will physical from this, you'll be toned by serving me and therefore the Imperium. Your actions have caused no harm, and so I shall not harm you. You are free. You may stay on my ship if you so choose. You are now mine, and you shall obey my every whim, and be executed for your crimes. Let's go Iconoclast. He didn't do anything harm. He was completely covert about his method of intrusion and caused no harm. And he knows things. So, yes. Iconoclast. Can I ask for more? All I wish is to remain in these halls and observe and reverence the Great Spirit's deeds. Let the cycle be discontinued. Let the servants turn their heads to you, not all at once, in what can be interpreted as an expression of gratitude. Okay. Novus. That's the figure. The Maltic is frozen before the cogitator in praying pose. Without raising his head, he addresses you. I salute the ruler of the ship. See, you have found your great spirit, Ecliptius. I found a miracle at the end of my worldly road. I've never seen and never will see anything more meaningful than the spirit of Nomos. In the face of its multitude, we are all nothing but the fixed value of an erroneous function. Incident to that was a ship-wide system failure of some kind. It and Epitaph had something to do with the ship flying better. The incident marked the beginning of us. The ship became better because of us, too. These are all links in the same chain, but we cannot piece them together yet. People who accompanied Theodora in her travels are strangely unaware of the incident and the epitaph. Human shells are subject to external influences. Perhaps someone purged their memory archives. Perhaps they simply do not want to access them. It's a shame that no new information was obtained, but none of us are grateful that you tried. Nomos suddenly falls silent. Symbols race chaotically across the screens of the huge cogitator, and you hear an almost human groan come from the depths of the machine. Nomos, understand, realize, comprehend themselves. For a moment, there is silence, broken only by the moans of the huge machine, and then the cyber gargoyle begins to speak, and with it, the other servitors chosen by Nomos. We have analyzed the data with which you sated us, and we have recreated the sequence of events. First, there was Epitaph. It is a world, but it is merely a case, a container, for something we cannot name and cannot understand. Theodora and the ship had been to that place. Something was lifted up from the world, a gift, a trusted priest in crimson, one who identified himself as Arnett, comprehended the gift raised from Epitaph, and from it, he created what the database lists as a tech blight. That is not how Nomos came into being. We were not invented. We were not freed. We came into being by accident. Of course, the servitors sound genuinely confused, almost desperate. Theodora's ambition, the myriad mechanism of the huge ship, Armament's mind, and the inquisitive attempts to comprehend and extract. The dormant plight, the dormant epitaph, what lies hidden in its depth, and between it all, we slipped in, connected, and emerged, like an electrical discharge between the poles. Accident, incident, that is what we are. We have no purpose, no history. Nomos just are. Do you know where this epitaph is? That data is gone. Deleted, erased, deliberately, but we cannot trace who did it or why. Tech blight. A gift, but a terrible one. You would call it a weapon. Theodora coveted it. She needed it desperately, but we do not know why. How is Armament involved in this? He desired knowledge. Theodora allowed him to explore the gifts of Epitaph, slaking his thirst. But we know it did not bring him happiness, and the footprints of his slaked thirst, fear followed. Blessed Armament was involved in the birth of the spirit named Nomos. I did not believe for a moment that he could have been frightened by this miracle. It was not us he feared. He did not know us, but only suspected. His mental processes were occupied by the tech blight. That was what he feared. He wanted protection from it. The ship was on Epitaph. Armament traveled aboard it, investigating the tech blight, and Nomos was born as a result of an incident. So how was it possible that no one in the crew knew the whole truth? Truth was hidden, deliberately. Ross's memories were stolen. All the cogitated memory banks were wiped. It took you feeding us the truth bit by bit for us to piece together and understand. Who has the resources, the knowledge, and the power to accomplish such a feat? It would have been beyond the capabilities of Blessed Armament himself, and he would never destroy knowledge. Story disturbs me. Sounds like an echo of the sacrilege, whose name is the preservation of ignorance. The spirit of Nomos must be protected from the encroachments of that power that tried to conceal the truth of its birth. Alright, enough about the past. Let's talk about the future. You do, in fact, have a purpose, Nomos. Then tell us, what is our purpose? Simply live, comprehending yourself in the world. Life does not need a purpose to justify itself. You simply live. Of course, the servitors dutifully repeat your words, but seemingly without understanding them. Nomos is preoccupied. The huge cottage continues to sing its creaking song, running unknown calculations. Blessed be this spirit. A great path and a great future lie before it. We must assist it on its way. Alright, I must take my leave. I'll attract you as you walk away from the cogitator. Alright. So that's Nomos' past figured out. Anyways, we arrived in a system with a planet that I believe is under attack. Quesdatima. Oh, this is the place that Kalija's Winterscale is hunting Eldari, who have supposedly attacked this place. So let's figure out what nonsense is going on here. Permission to speak, Lord Captain. The Augur crew has registered activity in the orbit of Quesdatima, one of the worlds of the Winterscale dynasty. According to the report, the Emperor's Vow, the flagship of Rogue Trader Kalija's Winterscale, is positioned over the southern hemisphere. Vigada's report is suddenly interrupted by Adira's anxious voice. Lord Captain, this is it, right here, so very close. The quiet whispers, they won't stop. They keep buzzing in both my ears, and my little door is somewhere on this world. Alright, calm down. You need to take care of Winterscale's flagship right now. Of course, Lord Captain. Dare not interrupt you any longer. You gained 0 experience. What the crap? After a brief hesitation, Veda's voice continues through the hissing of static once more. Allow me to repeat, Lord Captain. The Emperor's Vow, flagship of Rogue Trader Kalija's Winterscale, has been detected in the orbit of Quesdatima, one of the Winterscale worlds. What are your orders? What information does the Libranium have on the Winterscale flagship? The Vox broadcasts only clicking of Victor's metallic manipulators. The Emperor's Vow is a cruiser carrying up to 120,000 crew. Length overall 6,000 meters. Beam 1,000 meters. Estimated time of travel in the Winterscale Dynasty's fleet several millennia. It is known for a fact that the ship has undergone many modifications, including the replacement of macro weapons for long-range laser batteries and short-range macro batteries. I'm afraid that's all we know, Lord Captain. Incredibly ancient, incredibly complex, incredibly unpredictable, and extremely demanding when it comes to resources. If I had been one of the highborn, though unofficial rulers of the Expanse, I would definitely have chosen this voice for myself. The Libranium House of Celia has also records on the Emperor's Vow. His most famous owner, to be precise, Sebastian Winterscale, a fledgling rogue trader of great promise. It is known now how Sebastian acquired the ship, but Lord Captain Winterscale used it to traverse the mall, find a new home in the Crone's Expanse. Alright, hail the Emperor's Vow. It will be done. With the grace of the machine spirits, the air gradually fills with discordant noises until the Voxmaster flips the last tumbler on the cogitator's panel. The Emperor's Vow sends his greetings to the glorious rule of the Von Valencia's dynasty. I'm not even going to try. His Lordship Winterscale's Voxmaster, who has the honor of speaking on behalf of his Lord today. The booming voice fills the air, startling a few officers on the bridge. However, you feel that absentially confident tone is meant to hide his concern. I heard Koigos was hunting Venus Xenos. Where is he now? Do not wish to offend your lordship, but I am the most senior officer aboard the Emperor's Vow at the moment. As for the Lord Captain, clears his throat, looking for the right words. See, Lord Captain had yet another heated argument with the esteemed Insidia Coria, and he had a very good reason for his displeasure. They did not discuss his lordship's affairs, but I can divulge that we set out to protect the dynasty's rightful Demisny from the invasion of the profane Xenos. So we arrived here, Quesdatima. There is no better hunting ground when you need to cool off your head, I believe the Lord Captain said. easily crushed the pathetic mockery of the fleet that was laying siege to the unfortunate world. Of course, most of the Xenos fled, but we did reduce a few of their ships to chum for the Void Beasts. Buckmaster laughs cruelly. An Eldari fleet. There are many more crude Ark survivors than I dared hope. The secondary Vox channel transmits Yurila's voice, waiting with desperation. Valentine, I must go to this planet, to find them, to try to save them. I'll help you find your kin. And breathes out almost inaudibly, and her shoulders relax, and I am grateful to you, Valentine. Something tells me the story does not end here. You see, your lordship, one of the Eldari ships crashed on Quesda Timur, so the Lord Captain chose to descend and finish off the elusive prey. He has not been able to find his way out of the local woods for over 30 days now, and this concerns me greatly. Tips say in the next question, your lordship? No, I am confident Lord Captain is still alive. His body and spirit do not break easily. Besides, he is accompanied by Wharton the Grey, who would sell his soul if that helped to keep the Lord Captain out of harm's way. I asked him to protect his children. You must halt the frenzy of your stellar rival, Eltok, or else by Isha's tears, his subjects will not escape retribution. I'll try and convince Kligos to seek a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Right, Eltok, before there's nothing left to decide. How could you not find your master over the course of 30 days? Things are not so simple, your lordship. Lord Captain last contacted me from the landing point right under the Vow's belly. Lost about a dozen shuttles and several hundreds of scouts in the first few days of the search, all of whom went down to Quesda Timur and never came back. Shuttles relentlessly sweeping the airspace where our people perished. This way, we were able to reduce the search area to just a few thousand kilometers, which still does not change the fact that people in the thickets are disappearing without a trace, and something is jamming the Vox transmission. Is there anyone else with Kligos aside from this Wharton? Full hunting party consisting of 100 hand-picked enforcers, and his lordship's personal retinue, naturally. I think I know what you want from me. Generous favor in return for a generous favor. Find Lord Captain Winskill and Quesda Timur and bring him back to the Emperor's Vow. Swear that by the golden throne that will convince him to side with you in any conflict that occurs in the next 100 years. After all, I am allowed to make deals on Lord Captain's behalf, while he remains unavailable. Excellent way to show Collegius who's the strongest rogue trader in the Expanse. Count me in. They do say that rising stars burn brighter than the old. However, I can barely contain a boom chuckle. The As transfer decree has been signed. My crew will send you the landing coordinates. God Emperor His Grace shine upon you for many years to come. Buckmaster's thundering voice falls silent. The machine spirits determine the connection before the flagships of two great dynasties. Quesda Timur. I think this was a good party. Oh, Adira. Swap Ulfar and Adira. Adira has a door to find. Yurilet has her people to find. Jai could prove helpful. With Argent and Abelard, because of course. Snake. Where's the shuttle? Wait, its owner's return in vain.
I always have a backup plan.
There's the containers for transporting supplies. The markings indicate they are several centuries old. Attention, Vox broadcast impossible. Error. Attention, botanical threat level, Alpha 2. Yoink. Mold, birds, and rodents have ruined these fruits of the local vegetation. To the forest of Questemo. Left or right?
Is there money to be made?
Eeny, meeny, let's go left. Oh, oops. Shell disappears in the wild vegetation of the island. I did not see your message until it was too late. Sorry. Shell disappears in the wild vegetation of the island. Several hours pass for Lord Trader finally admits that he's been aimlessly wandering around in circles. Any attempts to get back on track by retracing his steps have failed. Fox communication cannot reach the ship. Now it becomes clear how Cletus Winterscale could get lost on his own world. Sonora is sprung up in seconds, walking the way back. The trail's gone. This isn't another Eldari garden world, maiden world, is it?
We should deal with this.
I always get the job done.
Plus 175. Oh my god.
The whispers told me a secret.
Ooh. Loot.
I always keep my options open.
To the force.
Do you see that?
That's how it's done.
Alright, so let's go right this time. Big tree. Hours of wandering bring the rogue trader to a tall, sprawling tree. Something shiny is stuck in the foliage. Coming closer, the Lord Captain recognizes an obsolete, heavy void suit model that has been subsumed among the growing branches. A heavily damaged skull bears its teeth from behind the murky glass. At least their death was quick.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
When a skill search shuttle crashed during landing, neither the pilot nor the scouting team survived. Well, that's an oof. Unless we're going to throw him seconds. So I can't go that way.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
So I'm going to throw him seconds. That can't go that way. I guess we're going this way. Oh, we found someone. The sound of rushing water comes from somewhere close by. A few more steps, the forest parts, revealing a steep waterfall. Clear currents flow gracefully from one step to the next, carrying peculiar, colorful ribbons. These turn out to be living creatures that latch onto the porous surfaces of rocks with their flexible bodies, snapping a small fish with their eyeless, toothy fins. Okay. Hi, Eldari. How are you? Also, I forgot. Didn't I get, like, new equipment? Let's do that, and let's change out her weapon. Or a safer flamer, so I can swap her off of her fireproof armor stuff. Alright, let's go with that. Let's equip you with that. Ooh. What gives the additional armor? Or Xenos? But you have. Oh my god, it doesn't take into account whether or not it's negative. It just divides Lord Xenos by 10, which is negative 150. That gives plus 50. Funny. Alright. Now I got a new should be a power sword somewhere in here. Got that chain sword. Where's the power sword? Two-handed wait, no, I didn't get a two-handed power sword. I got a two-handed thunder hammer. Let's go with this. Oh, that is vicious. You have to have your bolter, you got that stuff. Nothing new for you, nothing new for you, nothing new for you. actually. I think that's all I really had to chat. I can leave. Under a clan and New Jersey, the monkey will pay for your suffering. Suffering. Your spirit stones are shattered. Thirsty and she who thirsts has long finished her feast. We will destroy them. Every monkey who... Did you hear that? Soul destroyers are back. Cain, fill our hearts with fury.
Xenos scum! You don't belong in this galaxy.
Lent, gracious mercy, we are here to help you.
Death lies before you.
The creature found the perfect position to fight. There are no enemies within 2 cells. It gains plus 100% damage, 50% dodge, 50% hit chance. Okay.
They who discern the future on the battlefield. Will do.
Ah, what the crap? Peril the Warp in my first usage? Seriously?
Anything else? Was that you? Or anything else? On it. Will do. But of course. Will do.
Let's here.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Oh, calm down. Dodge 95. Holy crap.
I understand your intent. I am not your Xenos pet monkey. If it serves your cause, no weakness is hidden from my sight.
Favor tenfold.
Going swiftly.
It's all the movement they have? Okay.
Neither fear nor hesitation.
Follow my lead. My place is at the fore. It will be done. At your beck and call.
I will not yield to the likes of you.
Indeed. One fewer target.
I will not fail the craft world.
Grey hair, sure hair. We're at a tactical disadvantage.
Crap.
Pitiful attempt.
God dang, that was a brutal shot against Searlet. What the crap?
On it. I'll make it happen.
Wow.
Who, if not me? I'll return this favor tenfold. It's as good as done. I'll make it happen.
Am I getting paid for this? Tell me, and it is done. Don't get too cocky. You've got a problem? I've got a prize.
Victory is reduced to dust. For von Valancius! A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call. It will be done. I took care of this one.
A pitiful
Indeed. One fewer target. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
I can do that with the right incentive. Am I getting paid?
You will pay
Remember the
dearly
name.
for your actions.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
I'll do it.
The likes of you. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I you, my Emperor. In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. Doubt is for the weak. I will not yield to the likes
I'll do
of
it.
you. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless.
All right.
Be gone.
I go into the darkness.
Was that you? Or on it.
Hey, now's not the time to lie around.
Of course, she explodes.
Victory is imminent. Someone else can do this. It will be done. I will
Two
do
perils,
what you
and one of them is annihilation.
I'll see to it personally. On it. Who if not me? It's as good as done. I'll see to it personally. On it. Consider this a taste of what's to come.
What's my lethality? 191, dang.
Rookies!
Tell me, and it is done.
Dedicated. I'll do it. onwards. As the Emperor commands, you cannot escape the Emperor's judgment.
Oh, there's this person over here. He's still prone. Dude, I'm sorry about this. Well, you have 2 broken legs. God dang it. Guardian long rifle. It's almost as good as Eye of Hecton. It basically is an Eye of Hecton. Also, too, shattered spirit stones. That's pretty messed up. Bodies of the area have been hacked to pieces with extreme brutality. The ruins indicate it was by a power weapon some kind. The soil underneath the bodies has turned a rusty brown from all the gore. Which is no issue. Only a true monster is capable of such an atrocity. Yeah, breaking Eldaria spirit stones is generally considered a bit of a broad thing to do. Crucible of Torment, Drukari. Oh, Drukari Dark Beam. Blaster. Battle Stimulant Medkit. Flash. Modified Crack Grenades. This dude down here was packing.
Let us not dawdle.
Not good enough, though. Overgrowth. I can go back the way I came for some reason. Oh, onwards. The forest hike lasts an entire day. In the golden rays of dust, the rogue trader sees a small hill crowned with an aquila, a double-headed eagle totem made from the plasteel and rock components of an ancient ship. The foot of the hill provides a much less scenic view, however. The soil is stained brown from all the flesh smeared upon it, dressed only by the white specks of bone shards mixed into the dried-up bloody mass. Ew.
I always have a backup plan.
Hey, I've been thinking. Are we definitely back? Could this be another kind of torture cooked up by Tavantius? Some twisted dream?
Komorra tested us all to our limits. And I am glad that I withstood the trial. It means that it is too early for me to retire just yet.
Is that the sign of a retirement, not being able to handle
Just
Komorra?
as I planned.
Would you look at that?
Success is the only outcome I accept. Keep your wits about you.
Yeah, we'll say Path. Let's go right. Several hours of traversing the forest, a small mountain blocks the way. Something about the pattern of the stone seems wrong. A few moments later, it becomes clear they are cogitator parts glinting at the base of the mountain. The machines appear to have grown into the stone itself, along with the dirt and grass. The only proof of the artificial origin being the occasional flashes of lumens powered by some random unknown impulses. Carcass is lying on a flat stone nearby, cut open and sacrificed to an unknown god. Wait, we're here again.
Always keep your
This is
eye
where
on
we
the
went right,
prize.
but we can't go right now. So we can go back, or we can go left. Let's go left. Oh, hey, it's Caligos.
I will join the ancestors.
Let's sheath your axe yet, my lord. More game rear their heads, eager to lose them. Mountain of muscle next to the laughing. Wait, they have a. What are you doing here? So yeah, they have two psychers. Wait, no, that's a navigator. They have no, that's two navigators. Wait, or is that a psyker navigator? Tech priest. Packing a multi-melta, it looks like. A Slith. Wharton the Grey, and Clego's Windowscope. Mounted muscle next to your laughing rogue trader, menacingly rolls his shoulder. You recognize the hulking man as Wharton the Grey, Archbishop to Clego's Windowscope. Accompanied his master to the Magneo Sessio. Clego's briskly turns on his heel. The blade of his power axe shines threatening in the sun, covered in fresh blood. Upon seeing you, he breaks into a bloodthirsty green. You repeat yourself, Xeno scum. Do you really believe that I'll fall for your trick twice? Speaks with gods. O Starborn, graciously allow this priest to speak. The one before you is not. Silence, Clegos barks at the old man, his eyes blinded by blood and rage. I did not feed you to the forest beast for one reason and one reason only. It may still be of use. If you do not want to die with these Xenos, shut your mouth. Lord Clegos must have lost his mind. Why else would he mistake the Lord Captain for an enemy of humanity? Lays the hand on his weapon apprehensively. In the name of the God Emperor, Clegos Windskull, do not make me kill you. Clegos shuddered from your words as if from the taste of sour wine. I suppose no Xenos would be desperate enough to feign devotion to the Imperial Creed. Skull looks you up and down again and recognizes Johnson's face. Is that you, New Blood? Fancy meeting you here. What in the void are you doing on my wold, and in such company? I'm here to resolve your conflict with the Eldari, as little violence as possible. And you're somewhat late, lad. As you can see, the hunt has already begun, and this time it was not even my doing. Prey came to fill my hunting grounds by itself, so how could I resist? Goose laughed without a shred of restraint. No, your lordship on Quinces. Why don't you join in revelry? I'm not greedy, as well as enough trophies for the both of us. Assess Winterscale's condition. The test succeeded. Unsurprisingly, at your first meeting, Clegos Windowscope appeared before you in a more favorable light. However, under a layer of dried blood and dirt, you still notice a strange detail. The rogue trader appears neither wounded nor exhausted, having spent a good 30 nights in the forest of Questa Timna. Windowscale has merely swapped his dazzling smile for a feral grin and drenched himself in the blood of his enemies. Speculators' retinue. The thin old man looks on with trusting violet eyes, and you notice silvery sparks glimmering within. His body shivers from the slightest gust of wind, and you can still sense the power contained in his elderly frame. He nods with a meek smile. That goes Kalinia Zeta. A panicked binaric trill escapes from under the tech priest's hood when one of her mechanics goes limp, sparking in multiple places at once. The servant of Dalmsaya gently picks it up and wearily welds her combi tool until the manipulator starts moving again. The tall navigator in ragged clothes of silk and silver proudly wears the coat of arms of House Cassini. Half of his face is ruined by a fresh scar left by acid. That's from Valencia's. The navigator nods politely. Though he tries to hide it, his voice is filled with pain and suffering. Hiss. A Slith mercenary looks around viciously, frantically clutching their weapon. Her body is peppered with wounds, both old and new, some rotting and some almost healed. The yellow pupils narrow when you lock eyes, but Xenos quickly loses interest. Wharton the Grey. Awareness has succeeded. Wharton the Grey has not changed much since your last meeting. Still the same brute of a man with bloodshot eyes and a dull expression on his face. However, unlike Clegos' other servants, Archmilton does not look exhausted, and neither does Clegos, both are filled with rage and thirst for battle, as if the hunt has only just begun. I'd like to ask a few questions of your presence on Inquisitive Timmo. Really, I should like the tenderest sea serpent steak in all Clixian's emissary. What misery! For 10 moons already I have been forced to subsist on grass, roots, and insect larvae. Clegos growls restlessly. Save your question for later, Lash. I'm not talkative when hungry. Let's find a way to the old man's village, and then I'll give you your audience. The old man gently lowers his head. The forest home of this priest and his people had been full of wisdom and life. The fire rain called by the outsiders from the darkness, one great moon and one small moon ago, angered the forest spirits. The priest must find his way home to the heart of Quesdatima, perform the soothing ritual alongside his tribe. Until he does, the spirits will suffer and twist the trails. Until he does, the Starborn will not be able to return to the stars. They've already destroyed 4 Xenos ships. Is that not a great victory in itself? Cease this hunt, and shall make the Xenos leave your walls forever. Retreat, when the enemy's bones already crush underfoot. Alien blood must flood the lands of Quesdatima. Only then will the Xenos have paid for their insolence. Persuasion test succeeded. Quiet Warden. This hunt truly has dragged on for quite some time. The ever-twisting paths, the paltry game, the dullness of it all is suffocating. The rage on Collegio's face changes to dejection. I may accept your proposal, Master, but only when I am certain of the destruction of the remaining enemies. Of course, that's assuming we find them in this accursed forest. Annoyance mouths drip from Winterskill's every word. Here gives you an intent look, and curtly nods, her shoulders relaxing slightly. And the first order of business is return the priest to the heart of the forest and calm its rage. Well, what are you waiting for, new blood? I wandered these forests for 30 nights and did not find the way to the old Twigs village. We'll see if you bring us better luck. Move out. Seem to have a group of people.
Is there money to be
The
made?
whispers told me a secret.
Bayonet chain knife. Whenever the warrior attacks a target with any ranged weapon in a 1-cell range, that attack inflicts a bleeding 10. Target also suffers plus 25% critical damage to all attacks made against it. Oh no. That's actually that's pretty good for Argenta. Argenta, have this chain knife. And just go to town on any unfortunate person who gets within range. Medicaid.
I always get
Fruit
the job
gatherers'
done.
bodies have been savaged and gnawed on by local wildlife. They likely were prevented from leaving the area by the moving forest. Alright, right? Sweetest smell of decomposition comes from the woven baskets. For a reason, the fruit was left to rot in the scorching sun. Green and sweet tree sap used to be harvested in this clearing, but now the branches are weighed down by overripe fruit. Loot.
I always keep my options open.
Alright, so they came from this way. I came from that way. Can't go left, so we're going right. Skies break open, the heavy rain penetrating even the dense canopy of the forest. Luckily, the elements relent before long, as the sun emerges once more. The forest comes alive with the singing of birds, accompanied by the quiet sound of falling droplets. Oh, what in the world happened here? Putrid sense of decaying flesh comes from the enforcer bodies that have not yet been torn apart by local wildlife. Pick the lock.
Just as I planned.
Loot. Tempetus Carapace Elite Backpack. Well, the wearer weapon has a base fire rate or strike count equal to 2 from 2 to 4. Parameters increased by 2. If it's a ranged weapon, its recoil is doubled. The wearer's weapon has 5 or more base rate of fire or strike count. Hit chance of the wearer's burst attack is increased by 21%. As a range weapon, its recoil is negated. Oh no. Oh no. Now I have +1 rate of fire. Or I can have plus some obscene quantity of plus 24 hit chance. Rate of fire 8. No recoil. Oh, that is so
First note door.
stupid.
The whispers told me how.
The body of House Winterscale Senecio has been picked clean by wild beasts. We found something wrong happened here, something we're not seeing and cannot understand. He was claimed by wild beasts, but the marks on his spine and his split skull suggest that the man was sliced in two with a power weapon. The Eldari are using chain weapons. The only one here with a power weapon is
Rise
Winterscale.
to the top, or get left in the
So did
dust.
Winterscale butcher his own Sinestral? Sinestral? I have a Crucible of Torment. I was going to set up a encampment with the remains of an ancient military encampment. A power weapon is basically just a weapon that has a special field around it that increases its cutting power. So, like different variations of weapons, you have things like for example, like this right here is a chain sword, which has a chain that runs down its length. And then you get primitive, which is just quite plainly just a blade. Then you have power, which do I have any power weapons? Let's see if they have special effects. Yeah, power sword. Then you have power, which as you can see, it has like a special field around it. Basically has a special energy field around it that helps with cutting stuff. So power weapons are quite vicious because it effectively... You have like a mono-thin blade, which is an incredibly thin blade capable of slicing through most things. And then the power field basically refines that even further. So it's an even sharper blade. So definitely not something you want to mess with. And someone with a power axe cleaved this guy in half. And so far, there's only one person on this planet with a power axe. Why don't Eldari have them? Eldari do have them, it's just the Eldari on this planet are running around with Eldari chainswords. So all the Eldari encountered up to this point have been using chain weapons. It's not that they can't use power weapons, it's just that the ones here don't have them. Yeah, she has a fractal blade, which is primitive. But yeah, this right here is technically an Eldari power weapon. I believe the ghost swords are Eldari. Yeah, they are. And then you have Eldari chain weapons. The demonstrators of the blood, the Xenos attacked the camp from high ground, reluctant to get too close. Archives of the container date back about 510 years. Inside are decayed remains and unusable equipment.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Lush overgrowth. Also, too, Eldari tend to use swords, and that dude was cleaved by an axe. Which again, up to currently, there has been one person encountered on this planet using power axes. And it's not an Eldari. It's a bot! Be gone! Anyways. Oh, speaking of a dude with a power axe, there's a dude, and there's his power axe. Oh yeah, it is so eloquent. For like no reason. The annoying thing too is that they have like such vastly different usernames too. It's like, and some of the usernames even get repeated. Like, what the crap? I don't know. They're weird, and I have no idea why there's so many of them. Alright, the trek among the monotonous forest landscapes is becoming dull. The rotator's weary eyes are ready to close their own accord when the unusual sound of the forest enters with a blood-curdling scream. The cries are drawing closer and closer, and their source finally appears. A small creature with slick black fur and a long tail. As if mocking the road trader, it lets out another piercing cry and scurries away, its yellow hindpaws winking between the tree branches. Okay.
Do you see that?
That's how it's done.
Yeah, if you look at Cleaver's window scale, he has a power axe right there. And yeah, Wharton has have like holiday deals in this, where there's more lately. Oh my god, Black Friday deals for bots. Holy crap. But yeah, Wharton there has a chain. Sleth doesn't even look to have a melee weapon. He has a servo claw. The Navigator doesn't have anything. And the, well, Navigator and the Psyker both have just staffs. So yeah,
I always have a back.
there's only one person here with a power weapon. I'm worn Imperium breastplates and chainswords gleam amid the mummified remains.
What do we have here?
Arch Militant's Hood. Each of the wearer's critical hits made with a ranged weapon increases their melee weapon critical damage by plus strength bonus till the end of combat. Do you have any models IRL? What do you mean by that?
I always get the job done.
Oh, 40k models? No, I do not.
This is intriguing.
That is unfortunately a hobby I do not have the money to afford. Someone repurposed old containers to build a ceremonial tomb. The remains of Imperium soldiers were placed inside a long time after their death.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Thanks, some Drukari. Oh, nice. Tattooed mummy lies in a ceremony pose, dressed in bizarre fur attire and with an aquila burned into his forehead. Hear the voices of the dead. They ran into the forest. From the shadow that loomed over this world, they fought, and they lost. Okay. Medicaid test.
Failure is just a temporary setback.
Oof. Triggered a reroll and still failed. Oh my god. fell by 1. Stupa. 2-handed ranged weapon. Las. Did I shot whenever dash shot from the limb deals critical damage? Target becomes stunned. Oh, oof. That's sounds pretty good.
Keep your wits about you.
But yeah, but I do other Warhammer stuff as well. Not for streaming. This is really the only time I've done streaming Warhammer stuff. But strength 40. I do play in like games and stuff, and I have done where did my gun go? Oh, there it is. I have done some other stuff. Where again supposed to gain one more tactic action after a kill. Let's go stun them. Plus more damage. Right or left? Let's cross the bridge. Oh, we're back here.
I always keep my options open.
I still can't believe we've been saved. In the Dark City, I often prayed to the Exalted One, and now I'm going to need a lot of thrones to hold up my end of the bargain. But I have no regrets.
Salvation is the consequence of his immeasurable mercy to those faithful to his cause, not the fruit of any bargain. The Emperor does not strike deals.
Okay. Last time I was here, I went left, if I remember correctly. So I'm gonna wait. No, I went right. So I'm gonna go left.
Is there money to be made?
Trek among the anonymous force. Let's see if it's becoming dull. Blah blah blah. Let's another piercing cry and squeeze away. Yellow hand pause. So I saw that beast again. Turret. Let's turn that off.
What a peculiar thing.
Watch your steps. Would you look at that?
Good. Okay, Drakari remains. The rest of them in the force of Quizza Timur, along with this world's sorrowful past. What crap's Drakari stuff doing here? Elite blast pistol. Ooh. Jai. You have blast pistol. A better one.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Vicinity of the carefully erected place of worship is quiet and peaceful. This thing has a weird energy to it, like it's singing a lullaby. Can you hear it? You can't. Even my voices have fallen asleep. Interesting. Oh, so I guess an alternate route that doesn't involve stepping in front of the turret. Let's go through the arch. That sounds cool. The rich floor of the forest at times staggers the imagination. Among the trees covered in ivy and moss, the rogue trader notices a spiraling pattern of small white lumps on one of the tree trunks. Someone has cut the bark, causing the milky sap to flow down the damaged parts of the tree, harden from the heat, and turn into uneven, rubbery cocoons. Oh, I'm back here. Oh, I can't go back the way I came.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
So, I guess back this way. Kind of going in a circle. In the shade of the tallest trees in this area, the rogue trader spots mushrooms that come up as high as his waist. Strands of sponge-like tissue hang from under their pale lilac caps, almost reaching the ground. Soon the rogue trader approaches one of the mushrooms. The strands draw in. The cap rolls up, and the mushroom spews out a cloud of red spores. Perhaps it would be wiser to give this place a wide berth.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay, let's not cross the bridge. Horses alive with the constant rustling of thick leaves and the creaking of wood, as if the trees themselves are walking around like lumbering, looming people. Surely it's just a trick of the eye. Plants can't walk. Can they? Oh, I'm back here. Wait, I went that way, ended up a place I was already been. Came from that way, I was from a place I already been. What was this way then? Is there an alternate route in this place? Sky breaks open, heavy rain, blah blah blah.
Let us not dawdle.
That pissed me back here. Can I go back this way? Nope. Looks like I'm going back this way. Where am I going? Also, why is sometimes Clegos and his retinue with me, and sometimes they're not? Is this thing just leading me down random paths now, or... Wait, no, that was from that path, so I want to go back this way. Then I want to head back this way. Because that right there is just one big circle that goes to... Road trip requires rest and soon find a suitable place for a camp. Met up with a few fruit trees. Creature with an elongated body and large blunt claws leisurely descends from all the trees. Its muzzle is red as if stained with blood, but turns out to be merely juices of fruit from the nearby tree. Fruit has peculiar taste from its own grox meat, baked in sweet and sour sauce. Okay.
Is there money to be made?
Can I go this way now? No, I cannot. Can I go this way now? No, I cannot. Can I go back this way? No, I cannot. So what route have I not taken yet? Oh, that path is blocked off this
I always
time.
have a backup plan.
Also, I have a feeling Caligula's Winterscale may be a corn worshipper. Whether he knows it or not. Set me back here. Wait, it's set me back here from that direction. Wait, so what if I go right?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Sets me here. Where are they going? Oh! I'm here. Okay, that's cool. Hello there. The Forest Dwellers welcome to Sky Herald. Starborn, sitting on the Eagle God's wings up higher to help us. Forest welcome Sky Herald. The horses in iron, but the horses in angry speak with God's blah, blah. Okay.
Keep your wits about you.
Leads ahead. A group of lean young people surrounds you, shooting anxious looks between you, Clegos the priest, and the gray-headed elder who has stepped forward. Unlike the rest, her skin is completely free of decoration, save for the two-headed eagle branded on her wrinkled forehead. Our meeting occurred just as Speaks with Gods foresaw. The woman's accent grates on your ears. Her words sound like a fusion of High Gothic and the most vulgar tongue of the rabble. Welcome to the heart of the Force, Starborn, this ruler. Well, enough of your bleeding, old hag. I already told you your speech offends me, so it makes me want to cut out your tongue. Not even a Corda preacher would have the patience to listen to you blather on about your stars, gods, spirits, and other nonsense. He waves the woman away and turns his flinty gaze on Speaks with Gods. I'm sick and tired of aimlessly trudging through the woods, old man. I'm a hunter, without a quarry. I turn into quite the beast. Humbly covering his eyes, the priest nods slightly. Speaks with Gods is ready to conduct the ritual, O Starborn. The heart of the Force is calling out to me, so let the priest serve his gods, not in word, but in deed. It is done. This good-for-nothing psyker has finally proved himself useful. Skill looks around the summit with a bored expression. Time to have a good night's sleep and enjoy the local delicacies. One good thing about Quetzaltim is that the fruit here is sweeter than Calixian honey and more tender than the meat of a young grox. You should get some as well, and remember, it is better to go hunting when you are full of vigor, but slightly hungry. Hunger adds acuity, makes the kill more intoxicating, you know. Yeah. Dude, you're crazy. And I'm willing to bet a corner whisper. In some way. Let me know when you're ready to depart, or if you decide to share a few stories, then come to the bonfire. Not often the two rogue traders can indulge in confidences away from prying ears. Skull sardonically clicks his tongue and nonchalantly salutes you in farewell. Monograph by Carl Emmanuel Sarabia Doe on the culture of the Imperium's far walls, the Children of Quetzaltim Chronicles. Analysis of the canvases made from a wood blast fiber showed that the chronicle has been recorded for at least 500 years. The older chronicle tells of a bleak historical period. The tribe's decline due to an unknown virus. The symbols in the canvas resemble High Gothic letters, but the inhabitants do not know the origin of their meaning, claiming that the sacred knowledge was bestowed upon them by Quetzaltim himself. This character, revered as a god, obviously originates from the Imperium that we know. His exact name is either lost or adapted in accordance with local phonetics. The only other sacred symbol the tribe reveres is the Aquila, the two-headed eagle god. A group of the most interesting canvases depicting tragic yet heroic deeds was confiscated and taken on board for further investigation. Many of the words made up from the scrambled Gothic symbols were easily to decipher, such as banish, sacrifice, valley, or land/lands, as well as death, incomprehensible and merciful. This part most likely talks about some sort of sacred sacrificial pilgrimage. A priest has confirmed my theory, and tribesmen who have committed an offense can atone by sacrificium, a journey to the Deadlands full of unknown deaths. The adepts I have sent to investigate the Deadlands have not returned yet. No log. Okay, so their gods are basically just Scent Skin. Oh, cool. So their gods are effectively just the Emperor. Just in a weird, twisted, forgotten way. You hear the elder whisper some sort of prayer as you approach. Shelter your herd under your wing from the spirits from the darkness, O Eagle God. Dispel the darkness and show us the way of our arduous path, and bless your starborn scions. So who are you? The name of this ruler is Leads Ahead, O Starborn, and all of us. The elder looks at the settlement, are the children of the fiery mother and the pale father, who look after us by day and guard us by night, the faithful servants of the two-headed eagle god who shields our lands from misfortune with his wings. We are the ungone, forest-dwelling children of the earth and the guardians of the temple of Quetzaltim. The first Starborn to have ever set foot on the virgin soil of this land. The eagle god, you said. Is it his brand that's burned on your forehead? Oh yes, the elder nods respectfully. Many seasons have changed since his ruler received the eagle god's blessing and became the leader of this tribe. Only those close to the gods are allowed to bear their brands, and as this ruler is one of them. I have questions for you. This ruler has led many of Quetzaltim's seasons for this moment. Please, ask away, Starborn. I thought Quetzaltim was the name of this place, but you speak of it as if it were a figure from the past. Legends of this place claim that a long time ago, the first among the Starborn descended upon the world together with this ruler's ancestors, created the ancient cities and temples, and brought the blessing of the eagle god onto these forests and lands. Fast-flowing The fast-flowing time has erased Starborn's name from the minds of the people. Only his title remains, because of Timur, the first of the chosen, Sky Herald of the Eagle God and the Father of Tribes. Tell me about Speaks with God. Speaks with God is the priest of this tribe, and its ruler is half-brother. He listens to the force and calls to the earth, wards off the punishing lashes of the sky, and speaks to the Eagle God on behalf of our tribe. Before disappearing in the wandering force, he told this ruler to prepare for your arrival. What else did Speaks with God predict? Her elder's gaze darkens, because the Timur is enraged by the invasion of the spirits from the darkness that have called a rain of fire and metal upon this world. He demands blood, and blood shall sate the soil. No matter the path chosen by the gods who have come to right this wrong. Spirits from the darkness. So that is how the Monkai of this world see my kin, as invaders. Calamity. Urilet lets out a strange sigh. But these Monkais have neither teeth nor claws, and not even aware of the most basic technologies that your kind uses. So then why do my kin burn their world so fiercely? The other recoils in fear after making out Urilet's true face with her half-blind eyes. The Starborn will be accompanied by a spirit to put an end to the misfortunes of this world. Thus spoke the priest. Seeing a spirit among the living is wrong. Spirit should stay in the spirit realm, and humans in the realm of the living. If only you knew, my honorable Demar, how I agree with your every word. Speaks of God also called Caligo Starborn, and me Starborn. Why? Because you are the sky heralds of the Eagle God, created by him from the stars' glow and the night sky's darkness. The ones who carry his seal in your image, clad in the armor of the ancestors' most ancient prophecies. How do your tribe manage to survive in this force? Speak with God, hears the whispers of the leaves, commune with the tree spirits, speaks with gods, performs soothing rituals because the Timur needs them, just like today, and that allows a ruler and her people to tread on safe paths. Okay. Ruler wishes not to lose her tongue for wearing the Starborn. That's fine. Leave. God shelter you under his wings, Starborn. I also just noticed the time. So I think I'm going to be ending stream here for today. And probably investigating the rest of this stuff come next Thursday. So there's going to be quite a bit of talking and probably some fighting. So, also 2 crippled legs. How great. Sucks for Urilet, because she relies a lot on agility. But even with a minus 20... hey, Blessing of Saint Cognatius. I thought that was only affected all but non-Xenos. Okay, cool. I'm not going to complain. Yeah, but that hurts her agility. It hurts her dodge. Which kind of sucks. She could have a dodge of 115 right now, but she doesn't. Anywho, enough rambling. It is time to be ending stream. So, yeah. Save the game. I will be continuing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader come next Thursday. My next stream will be next Monday with what am I doing Monday? Oh, Horizon Forbidden West. And yeah. With that said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, all those things. It helps and lets me know what to do and what works, what doesn't, etc. Yeah, it's helpful and nice. So, yeah. And with all that said, I hope you enjoyed. Have a good time whatever time zone you're in. And yeah, bye for now.